episode 3, part 3, still on the quadratic equation. And we are given a quadratic equation to be solved. And this time around, the quadratic equation given is a type 3. Type 3. And I explained myself in my previous video that with the type 3 type of quadratic equation, you can see the quadratic term at your first term, and the quadratic term is seen at your last term. And the variable they use there, which is x and y, is used to form the middle term. So it tells you that the equation on the board is a quadratic equation type 3. And I said earlier on that anytime you are given a quadratic equation to solve, you can use the method, but with this one I'm using factorization. And the interesting part of it is I'm using calculator in solving this quadratic equation. So watch it. You write your solution: 3x squared minus 24xy minus 99y squared equal to 0. Like I said, I'm using calculator in solving this. But remember, you could see that with this type of quadratic equation, as we said earlier on, that it's a type 3. Watch here. The first term, which is 3, can go into 24 and at the same time can go into 99. So in that case, you have to reduce the equation or reduce the terms given in the equation first before you solve the quadratic equation using calculator. So it's going to be, I will divide here by 3. Why? Because I've noticed that the coefficient of the quadratic term, which is 3, can go into all the terms. So we want the reduced form in solving it. Other than that, you are going to get it wrong. So you are going to get x squared minus 3 goes into 24. How many times? 3, 5, 15, 3, 6, 18, 3, 7, 21, 3, 8, 24. So you are going to get 8xy minus 3 goes into 39. How many? 99. How many times? 3 goes into 9. 3 goes into this 9. 3. So we are going to get 33y squared equal to 0. So now we've gotten the reduced form of the quadratic, which we can work with. And I said, with this type of quadratic equation, you can go by the traditional method, where you multiply the first term by the last term, then you find the factors. You find the factors of the product you've gotten, then you find 2 numbers. That is the traditional method. And I said it earlier on, before I started the video. I said it earlier on that I'm using calculator in solving quadratic equations. So I will pick my calculator, or I will take my calculator, then I will go straight to mode, then I will punch 5, because quadratic equation is at number 3. Then I will punch my 3 here, then I will start putting in the coefficients of the first term, the middle term, and the last term to produce the magic numbers for me. So I will punch 1, then I will punch -8. Then you press the equal sign. Other than that, it can't move to the C10. So I will punch, then I will punch -33. Then I'll press my equal sign. I'll press the equal sign again to get the factors. So I had from the calculator, I had my x1 as 11. And I will press the equal sign again to get the second critical value. And I had my x2 as -3. Watch here. The critical values, or you people call it root of the quadratic. Yeah, the 2 numbers, when you add them, are we going to get -8? No. Why? Because 11 plus -3 will give you +8. Meanwhile, from the equation, we want what? -8. So I said it in my previous video that anytime the calculator gives you a positive number, when you are forming the 4 terms, when you are forming the 4 terms, you have to reverse the sign. So it's going to be, so like I said, you maintain the first term, which is x squared. So come here. Now you are replacing this -8 with these 2 numbers. And I said that anytime the calculator gives you positive number, when you are going to write it as well, negative. So negative x, the variable there is x and y, so you place it here. The next critical value is what? -3. And I said when you are writing it, if it is negative, you are going to write it as what? Positive. So it's going to be +3. This is the instruction behind it. So you place in your variable, which is what? X, y. Then you place in the last term. You put in the last term, which is -33y squared, so that you can get the 4 terms to be factorized. So that you can get the 4 terms for you to what? Factorize. Now you've gotten our 4 terms, but remember, before you hit the second step or the next step, first of all, check it, verify. If you add the 2 numbers, is it giving you -8? When you add the 2 numbers, are we getting -8? Yes, it's true. We are getting -8. So we continue by going by the factorization, and from here, anytime you are given 4 terms to factorize, we know from factorization that you first put the first 2 terms in brackets, like this, in brackets, and the last 2 terms also in a bracket, which is xy minus 33y squared, before you can factorize. So from here, you find common elements out, and per these brackets, you could see that x is common to both terms. So you write x bracket open, x minus 11y. Yes, x is here, x is here, x is common to both terms. So you factorize your x out. So it's left with one of the x, you put it down here, minus x 11. X is already out, so there is no need for you to bring your x again. So it's left with y, you put down your y. Then we come here, watch here. 3 can go into 33. 3 can go into 33, so meaning 3 is common, so you put your 3 out. You check your variables. X is here, but x is not here, meaning you can factorize x out. You check the other variable, which is y. Y is here, y is also here, then meaning y is common to both terms, so you can now factorize y out. What is left? X minus 11y equal to 0. So it's simple. Like I said, the method we use in solving the type 1 and that of the type 2, the same method is what we are using. So it is not news. It is not news, because the same method, the same approach is what we are using in solving the type 3. So it's easy. So don't be confused that, hey, say, then this is a quadratic term, there is another quadratic term, this is unsolvable. It's not true. It's solvable. It's a quadratic equation. But when you when you open your textbooks, normally you are not seeing this type of questions. Normally you are going to see them in your exams. Yes, in classroom we normally don't take you guys through this, but trust me, this is very easy, it's very simple. So you should be careful when you are addressing questions of this type. So when you come here, it's very simple. You put your scalars in one bracket. So my scalar here is x. When I come to this bracket, my scalar here is plus 3y. So I write plus 3y. You form a bracket with your scalars and you pick one of the brackets. It appears that x minus 11y is here, and at the same time is seen here. So you pick one of them, which is x minus 11y equated to what? 0. So we are going to solve for the factors. So once the 2 factors has been equated to 0, then the idea is either you put the first factor, which is x plus 3y equal to 0, then you solve for it, which is x is equal to negative 3y. You can choose to make x on y the subject by saying x on y is equal to -3. Yes, and you solve for the second one, which is the second factor, which is x minus 11y equal to 0, and you separate the variables by saying x is equal to 11y. X is equal to 11y. So you can choose by saying making x and y the subject. So x and y, so x on y is equal to 11. So the solution set or the truth set is going to be S is such that x on y is giving you -3 or 11 as your solution. So it tells you that these are the only two x on y that can satisfy this. These are the only solution that can, these are the only raw number that can satisfy this return as 0. Return as 0. Return as 0. So meaning here x is -3, your y is, it tells you that your y is 1 here. Here x on y equal to 11 means your x is 11, your y is 1 here. When you substitute this into this equation, the given equation, your solution will be, everything here will turn 0. So it tells you that this can satisfy the equation. So viewers, I will advise you to go through the video. You pause it when it is necessary. Try with different questions and let's see whether the video can be of help in your success going forward with mathematics. So far as quadratic equation is concerned, to my advice, let the video help you a lot. Get a textbook, more questions. Then try the methodology, the pedagogy I use in solving. Try it every step, you pause it. You try to get the concept or the idea I was expressing here. Through with a lot of example, you'll be through with it. It's very simple, it's not easy, it's not difficult. So the same method I use in solving the previous example is the same method, the same pedagogy I'm using in solving this quadratic equation. So anytime you're giving two variables like this, go by the normal method you know. Maintain your variable to both the two numbers you are replacing, which is -11 and +3. And I said, when the calculator gives you positive number, when you are forming the 4 terms for us, when you are forming the 4 terms, when the calculator gives you positive, you write negative. When the calculator gives you negative, you put down as positive. You are going to get the same answer. Right? Thank you very much. But please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe so that you can get more videos. And it will help you a lot. Bye bye for now. チャンネル登録してほしい